Jeep's going to go out of business. We can't call them aliens anymore. Get the tin foil. Go to the bunker. What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of your favorite podcast, the Dirt Drive Podcast. We, again, are spinning the wheel of Dirt Nerd. We are in the same location as last week. We just traded Freddie out for Trevor. What's up, Trevor? It's been the wheel of Dirt Nerd. We've been in so many different places recently.
Well, stop scheduling places to drive to and have people come here.
It's good. We are getting good content. I was gonna say though, I feel like it's totally worthwhile because it's like prime content. Like, well, especially since we've gotten away from like we talked about the virtual interviews. Do the in-person stuff.
Those are hard.
Traveling, still being a small podcast, it's hard to get people to travel to us. So if we find a middle point or travel to them, it's a lot easier.
Just force them.
Well, I think come hang out with us. We're fun, damn it.
Fine.
No, I mean we've really hit the ground running and like, and I'm happy with this. There's a lot of people that I want to have on that are pretty much only available virtually, sure. but it's so much nicer to have the face-to-face interaction. Yeah. That when that time comes where we're out their way or they're out our way, well, the in-person stuff is gonna be so much better.
I'll also argue that like just the full experience and like the vibe of being in person and meeting new people and having these conversations, like the whole reason we've started the podcast and we're doing it as consistently as we are is to have fun experiences
and the personal interactions. You don't quite get the personal interactions.
Yeah. But like just like that adventure and that experience aspect of it is why we are really doing this at the end of the day. Yeah. Like it's definitely not doing it to make money. No, it's we're lucky to get gas money at this point, but no, I mean it's been great. I mean, I guess when does this episode come out in relation to Run for the Hills?
This is the weekend after.
So it's so like that whole,
or the weekend after that.
That whole event.
This will be the 6th.
Yeah, that whole event, which you guys have heard about at this point, is awesome. Like it's a great event. We're really excited to be running it.
To have ran it.
Future past.
So like I think that's something we never would have. I'm not saying we wouldn't have found it, but like I don't think we would have been as motivated to do it if it wasn't for the podcast. So that's a lot of the stuff that we're doing this year. Like we're doing it because we want to do it and have fun and wheel. Like going out to Moab because we are going out to Moab. Yeah. So we are going out to Moab in May for I'm not good at this computer thing. The rock crawler.
Right, rock crawler event.
The Moab 2024.
So we are going out, and we're not doing that just because we have the podcast. We're doing it because we want to do it. Yeah. We're also doing it because we need content for the podcast.
Yeah, I mean, it's
and there's gonna be a lot of cool people out there that I want to talk to. Like we were talking to the Bad Lines, Good Times guys, and I think they're gonna try and come out for this, just like hang out with us. Maybe.
Cool. They don't by any chance have an RV, do they?
No. Josh Pat is the guy in Denver, Colorado. Yeah. So we're gonna be going through Denver. I'm gonna be trying to meet up with him. Do a podcast with him.
If any of our listeners want to come to Moab and you have an RV that you'd be willing to
donate,
I would say donate, but bring with you. Yeah. We will feed you, fill that RV, and give you a seat in a Jeep for the weekend.
Yeah, we just signed Freddie on. So we need another bed.
Yeah. So shoot us a message if you have an RV. You're free towards the end of May and want to go to Moab with some.
By the time we get there, we're gonna have a caravan of 20 vehicles going down the highway.
And honestly, I hope half of them are RVs. So I'm also how convenient it would be to have 10 RVs.
Oh yeah,
I'm coming up from Vegas because I'm in Vegas the weekend before for a bachelor party.
Yeah.
So I'm coming up from Vegas. Driving.
Be quiet, Tommy.
No, we're not stopping in the Grand Canyon.
It's way out of the way from Moab.
I know. That'll be a nice road trip by myself.
Tom can just have another angry dad moment.
Oh my God. Listen, you know how I am in the mornings.
Fine, you don't want to get out. We're leaving.
You guys bitched the whole way.
It wasn't the Grand Canyon.
It wasn't the Grand Canyon.
Yeah, I know. And then you still wanted to get out of the car.
because we were there already.
Oh my God.
At that point, it was just principle.
Yeah.
That's why I'm driving myself to Moab. You guys can pound sand.
Yeah, I'm excited for all the experiences we get to do this year. Is the Mob Moab is going to be great. I've met a few of the rock crawler guys at in Famous Reading.
Yeah, they're out at Johnson Valley right now. They got their whole fleet out there,
and they've got their new car.
Yes, both new cars.
The
Gladiator pre-runners out there.
The Jeep, the
two-door, the 4600 cars there.
Yeah, the 4600 brought to you or sponsored. The Jeep's running it, right?
No, I believe Jeremy's driving.
Jeep just sponsored him with the vehicle.
I think Jeep is partnered with them for, for development stuff.
Okay, yeah, because that was cool. So we missed hammers. If you guys want, we're missing hammers. If you guys want, we can do a recap. You guys are getting hammers from so many other places, though, that do you guys really want to hear it from us? If you do, we can give it you a take. Shoot me a message.
We can just do, quick rundown for, what we know from where we're sitting today. I guess,
Plus, we can always kind of cover the people that we know that are there kind of thing.
Yeah, so hammers was great. I'm glad.
Maybe a mini episode.
Curious to see how Kevin Jones does.
I'm glad. Yeah, Kevin. I'm glad
by
Kevin
the time
Jones
this comes out. We'll know.
Yeah. I'm glad Kevin finished one lap because I think he only gets one lap.
Oh, you're assuming he makes it because as of this morning, that car wasn't even in the trailer yet.
I think he gets one lap in. I think Wolf Racing wins.
This is a hot take because this is recorded pre-hammers, released post-hammers.
Yeah.
So that's what we'll do.
This is either going to age like fine wine or like milk.
To do a mini hammers follow-up after this episode where we actually talk about.
I think Kevin
hammers.
gets there and gets one lap.
I think I agree with you. I think he gets there. I think he does better. I'm gonna go DNF. But I think it's a top. Well, he's 4,400. I'm going to say top 20 DNF.
The only reason I think Wolf wins is
that car
because
is bananas.
They have a wing.
Yeah, he went
because
they have a wing.
Do you know why he did the wing?
And it's the Mario font.
Yeah.
Do you know why he did the wing? Because he posted because of in Vegas when that car got taken out by a pothole, he had the video go viral.
That's right.
Your F1 car can't do this, and the F1 car community came at him. So he's like, I put a wing on my car to satisfy everyone, which is amazing.
I love the fact that he's got the Super Mario lettering and coloring on. I want to do
a Dirt Nerds logo like that. That would be super sweet. Just a Mario lettering logo. That's my prediction. I think. Unfortunately, the Broncos take 4,600.
As much as I agree with you, they're always competitive because of who's running them. You got Brad Lovell and without turning this into a full Hammers episode, you've got big names running Broncos and the factory support. However, I think the rest of the 4,600 field has gotten very creative in how to compete.
Yeah.
And I think this is the year the Broncos get truly challenged.
I think it'll be competitive. I think the Broncos still win. This is all future past. We did not watch the race. We are recording this on the 27th.
Yeah, before it turns into a Hammers episode, let's plan to do a post Hammers review.
Well, we're also doing post Hammers with one of our 4,400 racers. We just have to reschedule that.
Yeah, but we should
reschedule for the third time.
Yeah.
What else? What have you guys been up to?
Trying to get my Jeep. We just wrestled the tons into the garage finally. So that means tons. Monday is going to be parts.
They're not yours anymore.
My your tons.
Yeah, they're yours. They're mine.
They're yours.
They're ours. 9/10 of the law.
It's just dirt. They're dirt and tons.
They're my turn. They've been in my yard long enough.
He filed the abandoned vehicle title.
Abandoned ton title.
Can you imagine if he sent that in just with the VIN off the axle?
Just find a random
where's the vehicle?
F350.
Here's a picture.
Yeah. It rusted away. It's been here for so long. The only thing left is the axle. No, it's parts. I've got all the spring perches and stuff from Barnes already ordered. I'll be placing the East Coast Gear Supply order for at least the 14 bolt, maybe both. I haven't decided yet.
Does Revolution do that stuff?
Probably, but I need more than just
the gears,
just the ring and pinion rebuild kits. It's a good question. I would ask. I'll shoot Brendan an email too. I'm
not. Worst case, he says he doesn't have everything you need.
I was just trying to avoid. I mean, I love the Revolution product, and we use them almost exclusively at the shop. East Coast, shout out East Coast Gear Supply. They're just so easy to be like, I have a 2001 14 bolt. I need 513s and a spool.
Well, and they're close too.
They've got 60s, but they don't have 14 bolts.
Yeah.
Hey, Brandon, get on that.
But but even for like I'm gonna run stock shafts for now. Just because I'll be on 35s at least till I tear those tires up.
Yeah.
So like, East Coast Gear Supply's got the hub lockout replacements. They've got the spools. They've got the gear rebuild kits, all the ring and pinion, the shave kit for the 14 bolt. Like, they have everything I need in one order. And like I said, it's just so easy to call them and be like, this is what I'm doing. And they go, here's your quote. And I go, just run the card.
Run the card on file, please.
So, yeah. Yeah, it's, Revolution from a Jeep standpoint. The Revolution gears are what's in the shop Jeep for when we did it for Tom.
Yeah, it'll probably be what I put in the JK when I get a front 44. So at least in the back of the JK, because I don't know what 44 I'm going to order. Speaking of the
Dana
JK,
Ultimate.
I had a really good hit on the Cherokee today. So hopefully this guy follows through and it sells soon. That would be nice. I would take half of that money and put it into the JK and half of it into the Camaro.
You're going to be so depressed.
No, I will be, but also, like I said before, I enjoy riding passenger because when I'm out, I end up guided anyway. The guy asked me for videos of my Jeep, and I'm like, I have no videos of my Jeep because I'm guiding all the time. Like, if I can stop and get out,
we have videos of your Jeep stuck,
yeah, because I'm always in front trying to get through stuff before everyone else.
When I was listening to the episode you guys did with Jed, and you were talking about how you never winch. And I thought back to the time that Brian and I sat up on the cliffside at the Cove.
Yes.
Like the two old men from the Muppets, and we just watched you winch yourself over boulders for 45 straight minutes.
Yep. I completely forgot about that. That's probably the one time I've ever used the winch for myself.
How about the time that you ripped your front fascia off in the mud puddle?
So what had to happen with that was... No, that was the back bumper.
No.
In the mud puddle.
You went, I've got a locker now. That's not that deep.
We were back behind Camp 6.
And buried your entire front end.
You had taken the wings off your bumper.
Oh, and I was guiding, though. I was guiding the Baltimore boys.
No. Then that's the second time you did that.
Yeah, it's the third time.
So we were just hitting Lisa's trail and you went,
I've only wheeled it like 5 times, and I've used my winch 3 out of the 5, but I never used my locker or my winch.
All right, I use my winch a bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, so if and when that sells, it's been harder to sell than you'd think. A non-running, non-stop thing.
Right now is
weird. The market's pretty cold right now.
Well, I also have a really shitty add-up. That's probably the other part of it. Is I have a soft sale add-up.
Sure. That's a factor, but
I think one of the biggest things for you is a lot of people right now, as much as they want off-road toys, they still want something that looks nice.
Yeah.
And yours is pretty wrinkled.
Yeah.
And I think people see that and they go, Now,
it's for
a real off-roader would look at that and go, cool, I don't have to worry about those body panels anymore.
Take them off. Where's the sawzall? But yeah, I don't know. I know I'd put the money into getting the Camaro running. This is all speculative because the Jeep's not going to sell. And then probably a front 44 for the JK.
Yeah.
Is what I would do.
Yeah.
But right now I'm pretty good set up. I've got what the fuck are you doing? I can hear that through the mic.
Yeah.
I'm pretty happy with how I'm set up. I want to get the Camaro running, but like project wise, I'm pretty
personally.
off.
I would, instead of doing a front 44, I'd gear it and put the limited slip in the rear and leave it a 30 up front.
Yeah, because if you're not going to rock crawl it and you're not going to go to 35,
you don't need
I'd like to go 35s eventually.
Yeah, but
even then you can run a 35.
Yeah. So
on the
my
30.
tires, remember my tires?
Truss and gusset it when you gear it.
Martin messed me up. I appreciate the tires, Martin, and I still do enjoy them very much. But they're supposed to be the AT3Ws in a 35.
Yeah,
and they're the MTs in a 33.
Yeah, it is what it is. But yeah, it's if you're gonna re-gear it, just truss and gusset it while the gears are out.
Yeah, truss, gusset, and sleeve. It'll be fine.
Yeah, and you'll be fine.
Yeah, Travis beats the shit out of his Jeep, and he's still on a 30.
Yeah. I ran 35s on mine, never had any problems.
And those True Tracks are such an underrated traction device.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, and that's what I'm all about is a True Track in the rear. And
save $600 just on the parts cost and drop that puppy in there. It's maintenance free.
Mm-hmm.
See, the other event we have coming up is She Crawls in, goddamn, maybe not
April.
this website. Where is it? Come on, Leah, you got to fix your website. You scroll down in it. You should probably design it on mobile. Oh, there you go.
There
You got to wait for the animation to finish.
Nope, it just comes back. Oh, April 27th.
Yeah.
In Canvas, West Virginia.
Windrock.
Windrock.
No, not Windrock. Good Evening Ranch.
Good Evening Ranch. See, that'll be good.
Yeah.
That'll be really fun. I'm looking very much
Yeah.
to that. Like, that'll be... what are we taking to that?
The YJ?
Okay. The YJ, and we still have it, maybe the XJ?
And PJ's Jeep.
Oh, if we're taking PJ's Jeep, yeah, then I'll just drive the JK.
Yeah, he's hoping to have his tons under and done.
I'll just do my
by
annoying podcaster thing then and ride passenger with someone. She's offered multiple times for me to ride passenger in the buggy, and now that Brent will be having his own buggy, that seat will be open, and guess where I'll be?
Yeah,
fucking strapped in.
Yep.
Fucking bouncing down the trails in a buggy.
Just holding the gimbal the whole time. Just
oh shit! Don't die! Don't die! Other than that, we're not doing maybe just like light trips, but we're not doing any other events this year.
I mean, nothing officially. No, those are the two.
Well, that's kind of how we. I mean, we have the three. We've got the 24 Hours Appalachia, which we just did.
Yep. This.
We have this. The She Crawls Shakedown.
I'll tell you what. If
we do those, if that's the first time
if Jed does another off-road thing this year, we'll probably go.
Yeah.
With 24 hour or back roads of Appalachia.
Yeah, I want it to do more, just like dirt road camp and wheeling this year.
Yeah, I mean the nice thing is that's a weekend thing. Once the baby's one, throw them in the car seat and like we can go out whenever. Yeah. Go do it overnight.
Camping with the baby.
Yeah, I got no problem camping with the baby for a night. Give the wife a couple days off. Take the kid. A couple jars of baby food.
It's more than a couple.
Yeah, I'm looking at putting together a trip in March, just like a weekend National Forest trip.
Yeah,
kind of taking it easy. Other than that, what's been in the news? I don't know.
I mean,
none of this is real like super newsworthy. I thought this was interesting. I think I interpreted it different than you guys interpreted it. Yeah, so this is
you blended them all together.
This is an article by Motor Trend.
Yep.
Which I interpreted as the next gen Wrangler in 2029. So the way I read this is that this was all in the union contract that came out.
Yep.
And 2028 is going to be the last year of the JL, which 10 years, that's about right.
Yeah.
The next gen Wrangler, the way I read this, and I can put the article in the description, is that this is the last year of the internal combustion. 28 will be the last year of the internal combustion Wrangler. Which will be the last year of the Wrangler because they soft launched the Recon a year ago, and I think that comes out. That'll come out sooner as a full EV, and then they'll get rid of the Wrangler.
This is a very hotly debated topic going on in the OEM world right now, where as big of a push as a lot of these manufacturers are doing for EV and have been for the last few years, it's cooling off tremendously. And yes, the union contract fought for a lot of EV stuff. And I think that is causing the cool down a little bit. Yeah.
So this is what makes me think this is that 2029 year model will feature both purely electric and range extension EV. So a range extension EV will be a gas motor that charges a battery.
Plug-in hybrid. So basically what this is saying is by 2029 all Wranglers will be plug-in hybrid. Now, that being said, the 4xe exists. That is a plug-in hybrid. Right? So they're not talking about changing what already exists. They're basically talking about getting rid of
purely
the internal combustion engine, which basically they're sticking to what everybody's had to stick to for the last 10 years.
It was the California guideline.
Well, right, but
which is
has been recently under attack. The Supreme Court has ruled that it is not constitutional. You cannot require somebody to buy an EV vehicle, so they cannot ban the sale of internal combustion engines. I actually just got an email today, future past January 27th here. Mm-hmm. I'll probably actually send this to you to post. The SEMA Action Network
I probably got it too.
the SEMA Action Network just sent an email out this morning that the EPA is actually accepting comments.
Right there.
Yep. Breaking news. Accepting comments concerning California's ICE internal combustion engine ban. So basically, if you don't already know, California put in a bill that said
By 2035.
all internal combustion engines will be illegal in the state of California. That's your weed whacker, your moped, your Honda Civic,
Everything.
every
Literally everything.
It goes in that order: weed whacker, moped, Honda Civic.
Well, they're all the same
Yeah,
motor.
they're all the same engine.
It's a two-stroke.
But everything. So that's that, and in typical fashion, a lot of states, Virginia included, actually just straight up copied
Yeah.
this bill. And Virginia is, I can't remember if it's at this point has been, or I think it's getting voted on this
Yeah, it's getting
this
voted
round
on soon.
in the House to get repealed. But I think the majority of the state Senate right now is for repealing it.
Yeah.
Because of all the heat that it's causing.
Well, it's just unrealistic.
Well, and like, so Toyota has come out and said you're all a bunch of morons.
They said that from day one.
Toyota's
They've been saying it from day one,
Yeah.
but now they've
And they got
publicly
made
come
fun of
out and
for
gone, we're not participating in this. This
Yeah.
is the dumbest thing ever. And they're based out of California.
Yeah.
Yep.
Toyota's
got a
North
lot of
American
slack for that
headquarters
from
are in
people.
Southern California, and they went, fuck you and your internal combustion engine ban.
Yeah.
They have. So we were corrected a while ago. We did an episode.
There is one EV.
There's one EV.
One EV.
One
and,
Toyota
and it's
EV.
branded a Lexus. It's not a Toyota.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a Toyota,
It's,
but
it's
it's a
also
Lexus.
a Subaru crossover. So it's
Yeah.
Toyota, Subaru, but it's brand yeah, it's-
Right. And a lot of brands like Ford realized they couldn't build a quality car before EVs, and they realized all of their EVs were junk.
Yep.
So the Lightning is already dead.
Yep.
It's what, a year and a half that was even
Hold on, I have
available.
that article right here.
They killed the Lightning.
Yeah, it's right there.
Oh no, this is a different one. This is cool. So
Well, see,
Lightning,
this
the
is what
Lightning
I was laughing
dead,
about.
But this is a cool article because the Lightning may be dead, but apparently they prototyped an F-150 Lightning Raptor.
I think that was a last-ditch effort to get people interested.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's cool.
So this is I just had this conversation with my buddy Wookie. Shout out.
Yeah, I was told
but-
by a listener we need to have Wookiee on.
Sure.
Wookiee's on every single episode.
He is on episode.
Yeah. He is the musical mastermind behind our intro and outro. But I just had this conversation. EV is not going anywhere.
No.
EV is not going to disappear. It's here to stay 100%. It has its place, but it is not the full replacement to internal combustion. And if the majority of experts you talk to and hear about, like they tell you it was never meant to replace it. It's to supplement it. It's an additional technology that basically you have one of each.
Yeah.
Like it's not a hard concept. So this whole idea that everything is going to be EV in the next 7 years
It's ridiculous.
is absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's literally not possible.
Yeah.
Well,
Infrastructure doesn't exist for it.
And I hate to make this a little bit political, but Stellantis and Jeep hitched their wagon to it
Hard.
a few years ago
yeah.
as an opposition to certain people politically, and they're stuck with it. And I think over the next couple of years, you're going to see a major backpedal from Stellantis. I think.
Well, they're doing a major backpedal right now because you just went to the car show and guess who wasn't there?
Well, I mean, there's a lot of brands out there, but yeah,
It was none of the Stellantis brands were there
Well, and that's
because they pulled from car shows this year.
correct. And it's funny because as highlighted as EVs are, it's not the manufacturers doing the highlighting, if that makes sense. So where you would expect like Hyundai and Nissan and Toyota and Ford like have all these EVs out there, you would think they would be the ones promoting their EV. It's not. All the EV like ride and drive stuff was all sponsored and run by Pepco, which is the power company in DC. And
Oh, interesting.
yeah.
So they could sell chargers so they could make more money by selling the chargers.
Yep.
That's all they wanted.
Yep.
Buy this car
Yep.
so you can spend money with us so that we make money on
So
it.
like Kia's got their full line of EVs. Yeah, they were at the show, but they're not like front and center highlighted. All the hybrid stuff is front and center highlighted. because that's what
that's where it's at. That's what I drove here today was the hybrid.
And I think that's if the EPA is really going to stick to the emissions credit and restrictions that they have out there, that's the only real way to achieve it, because nobody is buying electric cars.
No.
Like yeah, you might see
they're too expensive.
Well, it's not even the expensive part. It's they're not good enough yet.
Yeah.
No. But so
you're getting a range of 150 miles out of something.
Great
it's like,
point.
What, what the hell?
Because Audi and Red Bull, was it Red Bull? No, it's just the Audi car.
Yeah.
The Audi car that just won the car.
Yeah.
Was a full EV car.
Well, so you know what the irony of this is, right? You know what one of the greatest...
It's running stages and it's
that
not
too.
continuous.
But one of the greatest endurance motorsport engines of all time was a TDI.
Yeah, you're right.
The Le Mans cars that dominated for years were TDIs.
Well, diesels are one of the most efficient.
Right. And some fucking...
diesel bad.
Yeah,
Diesel real bad.
Some hippie weenie in California
Because it makes scary black smoke.
Right. Decided that Volkswagen was the devil and has completely ruined the one fuel that could literally solve all of our problems. But no, that's bad.
We make it from corn.
Yeah.
And then there was this too, is I was scrolling through here. So 1.6 billion, 2 billion.
Yeah.
And then now I think there's up to 6 billion for the Cummins lawsuit with the EPA. It just keeps going. I'm
gonna put my tinfoil hat on for a minute. That's the second major, so Volkswagen, the Volkswagen Group, and
That was a big
Stellantis
one.
are two of the biggest automotive manufacturers in the world, and they both determined, you know what, it is worth cheating this system. Worth it to potentially get caught and pay billions of dollars in fines to cheat this system because it is a better product.
It's a better product. It's more fuel
What does
efficient.
that tell you? The EPA is ruining cars.
Yeah.
They are ruining the industry. And the industry is, like, the consumers are starting to notice it. It's a small trickle, but it's your trucks and SUVs are selling better than any car. And a lot of that is contributed to the fact that there are no normal cars for sale.
No normal cars. There's a few, but they're hard to find on dealer lots.
Ford no longer makes a sedan.
Correct.
They no longer make a compact car.
Yep.
A lot of
Their
Hyundai's
crossover sedan is the Mustang Mach-E. It's an EV. Piece of crap. Horribly unreliable.
Literally falls apart on the road.
Yep. Like the majority of
peels off.
cars sold are in the SUV category.
Well, yeah, it's because the SUVs category has gotten so big. Is because people want to be up off the road, and anything that's not a sedan,
Right. But it's
is an SUV.
But it's also it's the
I think it's the lack of
reasonable
option, though.
Right.
Like before, you could go, if you went to Toyota, right? And Toyota's not a good example, right? But you walk on a Toyota lot and you see the Prius. That's their hybrid, but they still have normal Camrys. They have hybrid Camrys, whatever. Like you can get a Camry in regular or hybrid, and it's fine.
You gotta say like Clarkson, the Prius.
The Prius. But like he said, there's a lot of these companies are getting rid of their small fleet, or they're completely converting them, and people are sitting there going, "What the hell?" Because yes, it may be cheaper to supercharge your Tesla, but at the same time, a lot of states are passing laws that will tax you more on those cars because they can't get you with the gas tax.
Right. They're taxed on mileage. So when you go for
when you go for your
annual
car,
inspection,
if your car does better than like 28 miles to the gallon, you get an additional EV tax that you have to pay at the end of the year
because you're not paying
paying the gas tax.
Yep.
Which is the complete opposite of what they were pushing initially with getting people to buy the EVs, because they said, buy these EVs, it's better for you, won't have to pay the gas tax.
And don't forget all the utility companies that are now charging you for having EVs.
Yeah.
They're starting to charge. So the whole argument of, I don't have to pay for gas, it saves me money.
Guess what? Your electric bill just shot through the roof.
Yeah, unless you're one of the lucky few that has a free charger at work, which seems far and few between.
But that's all going to go away because now yes, there's tax credits for businesses to install these chargers, but they have to be open to the public. So it's like there's so much. They're realizing this is not.
On top of that, think how much space that takes up too.
Yeah.
Right? Like look at the Wawa up the street from the shop when they installed that.
Yeah.
That was 9 months of them installing that,
Yeah.
it takes up a third of their lot, not including what they dug up
Oh, and that's
to install
that's Tesla
all that crap.
only.
No, I know.
Right. So like,
which is wild. I can't wait. I cannot wait till they standardize the charging.
But that's
port.
the best part.
They
is
need
you-
to.
They
But
are, though.
we don't.
They will.
We don't need more government, but we need more government for
They
that.
they will.
But
It'll be
here-
the same thing that happened with all the phone chargers, where they
Yeah.
got on the phone companies for being like, you can't make a new phone charger
so
for every freaking phone.
My thing
Stop
is
it.
OBD1, OBD2 is in what
Yeah.
98. Everything went to 96.
Yeah.
Everything went to OBD2.
Yeah.
So that should
It'll-
have been
it'll
one of the
happen.
first. That should have been one of the first things they did.
but it is. So like
Not to mention, they
Tesla,
catch on fire.
Tesla's the Apple of the car world right
Yes.
now, where Tesla's the only one that doesn't have a universal charger. Mm-hmm. It's just Tesla.
Oh, is it really just?
It's
Tesla?
just
Yep,
Tesla.
it's
I didn't know
just
that.
Tesla.
Everybody else has adopted the universal charger, or gives
Or
you
you
the
get an
adapter,
adapter.
to use it anywhere.
Yep.
Which
know that.
Tesla says they're I think they did or are going to release the drawings of their charger port, so other companies can give you a Tesla charger or adapter for the
Adapter,
chargers. But here's the thing: the Tesla charging network is a subscription that's either included or in addition to the purchase of your vehicle, which is why they have their own charging network. At the time, they were
giving it away.
That was why people bought Teslas, because they had
gave it
that
to them for
ability.
free.
Yeah,
You
Well,
had like a year
even
of
when they-
supercharging for free.
But even when you had to pay for it, that network was in place.
Yeah.
Now that the network has kind of become universal, the thing is, you can't give the electricity away for free.
Yeah.
Like they did that to get people to buy EVs. Now people bought EVs, and now everyone who owns those free chargers is going,
Who's got to pay this power bill?
this is fucking expensive.
Yeah.
And now they're charging for it. So all
Running
your
that
free
meter,
shit's going
baby.
out the window, which means there's no longer an incentive to do it. And if we're limited parking at the shop, if I put an EV charger in and I have to allow people to use it,
That's
some
45
schmuck's gonna be
minutes at a
parked in
time.
my spot for an hour all day long. Like that's
Yeah.
a waste of my space.
an hour if you're lucky.
Right. So it's
It's always great walking into Wawa in the morning, watching people charging outside. And it's like you walk out, it's like, dude, I've been in here for 15 minutes waiting on a sandwich, getting a coffee, all this
just
stuff.
playing on their phone.
I've watched 10 people go through the same pump in that same amount of time, and all the Teslas are still
I got my coffee
parked out there on their
I
phones.
ordered my lunch. You made my lunch. I waited in line to pay for it. I paid for it. I walked outside. I sat in my truck. I pulled up to a pump. I filled my massive diesel tank, ate my pastry, all while you still sat there checking your email, waiting for your car to charge. Like, it's just not a sustainable thing because, like, the grid can't support the electricity. The infrastructure can't support the electricity, or the charging network.
You want to talk about
like
the
it's
thing
just
that kills the road trip?
Yeah.
Having to stop every 200 miles for an hour to an hour and a half?
It's just it's
Like,
not
fuck
it's just
that.
not a feasible technology. It has its place. It will
City centers.
Right. It'll be here. It'll be here forever. We're always going to have EVs. So this is not an anti-EV thing. It is an anti-EV only issue.
And I think that's where people don't understand. I think that's why it gets so heated.
Right.
Because the people who want EVs only look at it from the perspective of, oh, if you're against this, you're against it entirely. So, no. It's just that can't be everything.
Make me a bunch of little tiny things to run around a city that you charge as a fleet in a parking garage, and that's where they stay.
It'll be Zipcar all over again, just with EVs.
So this is
There you go.
we started
Yeah.
talking about this with Abe Wine a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
The Edison Motors trucks,
Not a full EV.
not a full.
Putting
So
that out there.
it can run on full EV.
But it's
can-
not. It's not. It is not considered an EV. It is a hybrid.
It's a hybrid, but it can run on full EV.
Correct.
It can run without running the diesel engine.
Well, just like a lot of the
these
hybrids
guys are
can.
so cool.
Yeah. Well, and they're doing a full size pickup truck conversion.
Oh,
Need to
in
reach back
this.
out to them.
Yeah, we do.
you reached out to them?
They were looking for installers, fitters to do the pickup truck stuff.
This company
specifically.
plans to make diesel electric conversions for old pickups.
Yep.
Edison Motors.
Yep.
Edison Motors is so cool.
Yeah, reading into it, it's pretty
Yeah.
impressive.
Yeah, if you are not familiar with Edison Motors, they're basically using what every cargo ship and
Locomotive.
freight train locomotive uses. It'll be a diesel engine powering
Diesel
a
or
generator.
gas. I think this one's also gasoline. For the trucks.
I believe that everything I've read so far has been diesel.
Yeah.
Cat 4 cylinders for the pickup truck kits.
Diesel electric Class 8 vehicles.
So
First. Okay.
yeah,
Hybrid.
the the idea is they're just going to basically have this diesel generator at idle, spinning a generator using DC fast charge technology to keep your batteries charged. Your battery and your electric motor is your propulsion system. The diesel,
which is so cool.
Which
it's awesome.
Which if you
have it like an OBS for
yeah, if you can get past the stigma of diesel, it makes so much sense because it is at the end of the day a cleaner fuel. It can
More
be
efficient.
It can be replaced with synthetic versions that are ethanol based corn biodiesel. The United States
military
Army
runs on it.
Yeah. So and it's I want to say for the pickup or not the pickup trucks, the tractor or the tractor trailer trucks that they're doing.
Yeah.
They're saying with this setup, the same like 110 gallon saddle tank on that truck will increase range by like what was it? Like I want to say it's like double the range and it's 50% more fuel efficient.
So you're
using half the fuel to go twice as far.
Usually go what 400 or 500 miles,
something like that. But it's double the distance on half the fuel.
But that's my point. Like you're talking 1,000 miles.
Yeah. So your cost, right? We're all complaining about shipping costs these days.
Yep.
Costs $25 to ship anything through FedEx. This helps solve that problem because they're going double the distance with the same amount of cargo on half the fuel.
Yep.
So it's a huge gain. This isn't a 30% gain.
Well, and then when you need more fuel, you just go to the truck stop and put diesel in it,
right?
And then charge your batteries.
But your 100 gallons of diesel goes so much further than it used to.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're doubling the distance on half the fuel, you're essentially tripling your distance.
Yeah, I forget the math part.
But it's stupid.
Yeah,
it's also a great looking truck.
Yeah, it's cool.
And his idea behind it, the guy who designed his idea behind it is, this thing behind me is not aerodynamic whatsoever. So why the hell would I make the truck look bad?
Right.
Why would it make it look like
aerodynamics have nothing to do with it?
Yeah,
like
not at this point.
Yeah.
When you're hauling a tank, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter that your truck
when you're
is
hauling
square.
18,000 pounds.
But the problem, like the Tesla problem, the Tesla tractor trailer problem is it's 100% EV. So every ounce of drag and weight matters because it carries 50,000 pounds of batteries.
Yep.
Yeah. Like
that's your efficiency right there.
Like and like frankly, I think it was the guy from Edison Motors in a video makes a point about the weight of it. It's like, listen, you're already towing 50 to 80,000 pounds. I don't need to make this truck any heavier.
Yeah.
Like
with any plastic cladding or anything. I'm just going to make it. And the other thing they're doing is their trucks are fully serviceable with everything you have. You can get it at any part store.
Yep.
So it's no specialty products.
Yep.
So the truck has an unending service life.
Yeah.
Everything's replaceable off a shelf.
Yeah.
Which is cool.
Yeah, it's like
I really like that.
I will, and this goes back to like when I was in school, like, and I sat through my semester of alternative fuels stuff, and like we built an electric drag car that, like, I mean, this is way before Tesla and everything was out.
Yeah, fuck Tesla.
It was basically
Elon, you heard us.
Yeah, it was basically
come on us, son.
Come on our show and fight us.
It was basically 38 car batteries tied together. And we could do
with a potato.
We could do a single quarter-mile pass on a charge. So like the technology's come
at 16
long
seconds.
Way. Yeah, the first quarter-mile pass was like, I think it was actually like 18 seconds because like the way
slacking
because it's all
my Cherokee's faster than that.
It's all programming. So we dumped so much power at the initial like we went 100% torque like duty cycle out of your electric motor for launch, but that drains your battery so fast that by the time you get to the 60-foot mark you're down to 50%, you got no juice left. So like we were basically just like coasting across the finish line at that point.
That's funny.
So yeah, but that class we talked about how locomotives are super efficient when you look at the way that like it's a generator running at a constant RPM to power the electric propulsion, and the electric propulsion can pull all the weight in the world, and that's what
Crazy torque.
It's what cars should be.
Yeah, they should have been
if
that
you're trying to solve. Well, right,
Little baby motor.
and
Just
as a truck
Well,
guy,
that's what. So we were talking about the Jeep earlier, the range extending EV.
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
all. That's all. That's
Yeah.
all the Edison Motors is. It's just a range extending EV.
yeah.
100%. Yeah.
And that's the funny part is that you try and talk to people about that, and they just, no, it's bad.
Yeah, but it's still
But
got,
that's why they
fuel.
put-
You still got to put gas in it.
you
But
still
that-
got to put gas
that-
in the fucking
what's
ground
the-
for the generator
the,
that's running your charger.
Was it the Chevy Volt? Was a range extending EV? It had a
No,
range
the Volt
extender
is a
battery.
full-
The Bolt.
The Bolt.
Yeah.
Okay, that was a cool car.
Yeah, but well, that's so
Because
that's
the Volt is full.
the Leaf. The Leaf was a range extending EV. Like
I didn't realize the Leaf was
this
range
technology is not new.
God,
Yeah.
they were giving Leafs away. You
they're junk.
could buy a Tundra and it came with a free
Junk.
Leaf.
Yeah.
That was the wildest.
It was a
thing.
Titan.
Was it a Titan?
Yeah.
Tundra's a Toyota.
I don't fucking know.
Leafs, they're both Nissan Titan. Yeah.
Nissan.
I remember I almost did that because I was working at Dent Wizard when that dealership was
Oh, that's-
running that special.
that's right.
And I was like, because I used to drive by that dealership every morning. And I'm like, like I could do that because I could probably get them to put the Leaf in the back of the Titan. I could just drive it all home one day.
The only place the Nissan Leaf is appropriate is in SimCity because it just brings your pollution level down.
Jesus Christ.
Nerd.
Hey, whatever. It works. My people are happy.
Yeah. The argument that we need to have about this modern Jeep thing that you brought up.
Is the
Sir.
fact that you have zero reading comprehension.
Yeah, the independent front and rear suspension that you swore was coming in the Wrangler.
It is. It is.
Where?
No,
if they're doing
Please,
so,
please show it to me.
you'll see it in 2028.
No,
we won't.
They
So-
specifically say that is the J70.
You want my hot take? You want my really, really hot take
it ain't
right
gonna
now?
fucking happen.
Dodge and Jeep will both be sold from Stellantis before that even happens.
Oh, spicy. So the reason
I don't think that's a hot take.
is it'll feature both purely electric and range extending EV. The best way
Where does
to
that
make
say independent rear suspension?
Hold on. So the best way to make EVs work is with independent suspension, like the Raptor. Where is it?
Sure, the best way, but what does Jeep do? Nothing in the best way.
The Raptor switchgear. They took the Raptor and made it IFS IRS to make it more.
And what did we just talk about with the Lightning?
It's trash.
It's trash.
They've already discontinued it.
and
Yeah.
they're gonna do it to everything though.
No, they're not.
They are.
No, they're not.
So show me that article where it says that.
Again, it'll be brand suicide.
I'm reading into it. It doesn't say that
They
specifically.
won't do that.
Yeah.
Second, my hot take is that the French are just trying to find any way to discredit
The French?
Yeah.
So this is
How do the French have to do with this?
who do you think owns Jeep now?
I thought it was the Italians.
That was when they were Fiat.
Ha
You know who the other brand that they merged with for Stellantis was?
Peugeot.
Which is?
Yeah, I know that's
France.
French.
Yeah. Controlling stake.
Yep.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
Fun fact.
I thought they were still purely Italian.
So
They're just mad it saved them in the war.
So we need to reach out. We need to reach out to them or to this contact that I have through Carrie, but I know because I had this
We'll
conversation.
give them a voice modulator.
We have a contact that worked in product management for Jeep when the JL and the Gladiators were being built, and there were apparently a few meetings with the French CEO of Jeep. And he went, "This is all crap. Fix it." And they went, "It's a Jeep."
well, he's
Their
not wrong.
response was literally, "It's a Jeep thing."
Well, right, but
He's not wrong.
so
It
that
is all crap.
The irony of the whole situation is the French don't understand the Jeep, which is why we have the JL, and which is why the JL is as good as it is. But it's also why it's a $70,000 Wrangler.
Yeah. And also why there's
So, yeah,
plastic parts where there shouldn't
me
be.
thinking it's gonna be IFS IRS is reading into it, but I also don't think I'm wrong.
No.
But
So here's the thing. If you go back to that article, it talks about the J70, which they refer to as the full electric version, right? Which I do not think they will brand as a Wrangler. I think the Wrangler.
no, the
Did you see-
J70 is
You see what they did to
JL.
the Charger or the Challenger? Which one was it?
Huh?
The fucking
The EV?
the EV.
That's the Challenger.
the Challenger.
Yeah.
They fucking made that full EV.
Yeah, but look, they specifically
what-
talked about
that's-
how there's
the
range.
EV doesn't mean it's not going to be solid axle, though.
Yeah.
It's
So-
not gonna
But
be
they
solid
also
axle.
talk about a range extending EV, which would be the diesel EV.
Not necessarily diesel. It's just going to be a hybrid.
Yeah, but that the 4xe already exists and it has solid front axle.
But if you go from your primary power being electric or from primary power being gas,
but they're doing both. They're not going to replace the entire line. It specifically says they're doing both.
This is all speculation.
Read it's
I'm
right. It's literally right there on the screen. They said they're doing both.
Here's what it comes down to. It's all sales and marketing.
Yeah.
Right.
But I agree with him. I don't think it's going to happen.
So
that would be wild.
Top 25 selling SUVs for 2023. Number 12 is the Jeep Wrangler, according to Kelly Blue Book. You can look that up. That's a verifiable fact. Selling SUVs. Keep going.
Subaru Forester.
No, those are all ads. There you go.
25 most popular
for 2023. Okay. Number 12 will be the Jeep Wrangler.
Oh, and then it's also like number 5 most unreliable.
No. Number 1.
Number 10 officially.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But it is one.
No. Scroll it. No.
I'm looking at them
right there. Just confirmation.
Right
there. Oh, I see it.
Total units sold in a year, 156,000.
Yeah, and a lot of those were in Northern Virginia.
It was voted top 10 least reliable vehicles in the U.S.
Why? Because Jeep is a cult.
And it is still one of the best-selling cars.
Yep.
Why? Because people want Wranglers.
Yep.
No matter how shitty they are and how much we give them crap and hate on them, people want it.
I'm literally wearing my anti-Jeep clothes.
Yeah, you are.
I need to get that.
We need to get...
I need to get the...
We can order them through...
I need to get the vector image from you so I can cut stickers for it too.
That's fine.
Jeep,
I think
Jeep is in enough trouble. The only vehicle that is being purchased out of the Chrysler family is the Jeep Wrangler and the Jeep Grand Cherokee, and they were both in the top 10 least reliable vehicles for 2023.
I still think that if you can take the doors and top off of it, whether if it's electric or not, independent or rear or solid, people are still going to buy them.
False.
Wrong.
Because that was your argument for the Bronco, and the Bronco is not on that list.
I think the Bronco's still getting there because the back order, they're still back ordered. They're not producing them like they are the.
Why?
Okay, you're right. I'm wrong.
So maybe it's because they keep having to pull parts off the line to fix the ones that are on the road.
I agree with you. Anything with a Wrangler badge will sell.
Yes,
but
because of that, they don't have to do anything stupid to it.
But it is like even full size trucks aren't solid axle front and rear anymore. That is a medium duty and a Jeep Wrangler thing. They would have done this a long time ago if they didn't think it was going to be brand suicide.
Because all their other ones are independent.
We will have this argument until 2028.
But here's the thing.
No, we won't because I really do believe.
So purely speculation. Who do you think buys it?
Nobody.
Oh, it just dies?
That's the hot take.
Oof.
I'm telling you,
So the JL is that's the name of the episode. JL, the last Wrangler? ?
Chrysler has always been the bastard child, the flagship of every company that has owned Jeep as a brand has used Jeep to survive.
Yeah.
Kaiser. So got bought out. Jeep is the only thing that survived out of Kaiser. AMC gets bought out. The only thing that survives at AMC is Jeep. Chrysler gets bought out.
Chrysler's dying.
That's what I'm saying. So when you look back, like you look at Lee Iacocca and the XJ, Jeep saves Chrysler. And the Dodge Caravan Town and Country platform. Right?
Which is still going.
Yeah.
Right.
And it hasn't changed in 25 years.
They're sweet, though. All-wheel drive minivan?
V8s now.
All-wheel drive minivan, I'm sold.
Yep. Fast forward to Mercedes. Mercedes owns Chrysler. Jeep is the center point of that package. With right now, Jeep is selling like hotcakes, and they're absolute trash.
So would you rather see the Jeep brand die or the Jeep brand go full EV?
I'd rather see it die.
Yeah.
Personally. Because here's what it comes down to. The industry is not what it was 10 years ago. If the industry had just evolved and Jeep evolved with it, that'd be fine. The problem is you can't keep what people want the Wrangler for and evolve with where the industry is going. Like that's where the problem lies. It's not so much that EV isn't good or independent rear front suspension is better than solid front axle. All these arguments that you can make back and forth, there's pros and cons to all of it. People buy Wranglers for what a Wrangler is. Yeah. As soon as there's no longer a Wrangler, you will no longer sell Wranglers. And if you don't sell Wranglers, the Jeep brand doesn't exist.
So I think for what they want to do with it too is also trying to change. And if you're not following Blue Ribbon Coalition, you need to, because there was a proposal by the SEC to sell off all of our public lands to private land management.
Not all of them, just certain sections that are full of a certain mineral that are needed for EVs.
Yeah. So there was a petition to the SEC to sell off a lot of our public lands to these private companies. And if we don't have places to wheel anymore, why do we need these vehicles? And
Correct.
I think it's a big conspiracy, and I've got my tinfoil hat on for that one.
Well, that's why I go back to... I know we aren't getting political about it, but there was a certain election victory speech that had a whole lot of Jeeps parked in front of the stage.
Yeah, that was. I had to look that up. I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
And
here?
you know that was not a brand thing. That was a union thing. That was a UAW thing.
Wild.
Yep. First company to fold during that strike. Stellantis.
Huh. What's the most common French phrase?
I surrender.
I give up. Jeep's living up to it these days.
I'm just like at the end of the day, like I said, it's the Wrangler is the only thing that keeps that brand alive. And when you are the largest manufacturer or one of the, are they the largest now or second largest? Stellantis. I want to say they're the second. I think they became the second when they merged.
Yeah, I don't think they're number one quite yet.
Largest auto manufacturers in the world. Bum-ba-da-dum.
Volkswagen, Toyota are third.
I was going to say Volkswagen definitely still number one.
The Netherlands.
That's just where they're based out of.
Oh.
But yeah, so when you're the third largest manufacturer in the world, you don't give a shit about the little solid front axle off-road vehicle that's only sold in 3 segments of the world.
Yeah.
Right? Like yeah, their goal is to expand it, but there's a reason why Toyota, who's almost $100 billion bigger, there's a reason why the Land Cruiser, the Hilux, all out, like the Tacoma and the 4Runner only exist in the U.S.
Yeah, we better get the new 4Runner soon, man. I can't wait to see. You think 2025 will be the same body style, or you think 2025 is the
the update to match the Tacomas and the Tundras? I agree. I think it will be. I think once it'll be 25, or it may even be 26.
26.
God, that's so long.
Well, it's not.
I mean, it's because
the
years.
The Land Cruisers are 24.
Go back through that history.
5.
I think I thought it was 20. It's a 25 model year, but it's coming out in 24.
Coming out in 24.
So yeah, it's definitely going to be the 4Runner will be 26.
Starts at like 65.
Because they won't do them in the same year.
No.
But go back through Toyota's history. They go long stretches without changing body style.
Yeah.
Well, it is tried and true.
So does Jeep.
Well, yeah, but like Toyota's even longer typically.
Yeah.
But it's not 14 years is nothing.
Yeah.
Do we have anything interesting in the automotive world? I don't think I had. I think all the articles I sent in the group chat were depressing.
I do really. I really like the Land Cruiser.
Yeah, I love it.
I've having seen it again at the auto show in person. It's the right size.
Yeah. Speaking of
because the Sequoias are just so big.
Chevy is now entering the soft roading.
Everybody's soft roading.
But Chevy wasn't doing a lot of soft roading before. I guess they were.
I don't hate the way that looks.
Yeah, they were. The ZR2, Z71, Trail Boss, all that stuff.
Yeah, but now they're bringing into their crossover market.
Yeah, but everybody.
They really are.
They're making it RAV4 TRD. Like Falcon is the tire for that vehicle.
Yeah, it comes with AT trails. It's kind of wild.
No,
I mean they're all doing it. Kia's got one.
Everything is coming with 31-inch tires now. Yep. Go tell your dad he drives a monster truck.
Yeah, I know, right? Ford's got the the Timberline or whatever.
Oh,
for the Explorers.
Mm-hmm. Explorers.
Is it the Tremor? I was thinking the Tremor Explorer.
That's the truck.
No,
no,
it's not a Tremor Explorer. It's a Tremor Maverick.
Oh, the Tremor Maverick. Okay.
The Explorers. It is the same type of stuff is Tremor. They just call it Timberline.
I don't think there's been anything like groundbreaking in the automotive industry recently, though.
No, it's just everybody's put all-terrains and a lift kit on all their stock SUVs and pickup trucks.
Yeah.
I mean, the new ZR2 AT4X,
it's nice.
Setups, like that's got some cool technology
Especially
to it.
The AEV one is ridiculous.
Yeah. I do like the fact that you can get a 2500 in ZR2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They had that at the auto show.
They had that at
Got a little chub.
Expo.
Yeah, but that was the AEV.
That was the AEV.
They had the regular Chevy Silverado 2500 HD ZR2. It is massive.
It's a big truck.
The bed rail is shoulder high on me. Yeah. I'm 6'1".
Yeah.
Like that is a massive daily driver truck.
The new 2500s are ridiculous to see going down the road.
Like I resist lifting my pickup trucks because I have to use them, but now all these new trucks are as tall as lifted pickups.
There's an easy way to fix that.
What's the
Keep talking.
So I just messaged PJ again.
Yeah.
PJ was supposed to be here. Never heard back from him. I just sent him a
He's
message.
a sleepy boy. It was a busy week at the shop.
That's fine.
Go back to your list of articles because there was another one that you had sent that I was intrigued
I just
by.
made it go away. It is right here. So we have Equinox, Carlos Sainz, and Dakar, F-150 Lightning Raptor.
The recall.
The recall, the F-150s, the gas ones are just rolling away.
The recall.
Ford is
the worst.
I wonder if that stat exists. I wonder what manufacturer issues the most recalls.
I guarantee that stat exists. Because you got to think they're public. Like someone's got to track those.
My gut tells me Ford, but I'm definitely biased. Watch it be Chrysler. Jeep.
I was gonna laugh if it was Volkswagen.
Most and fewest. That's 22. No.
This one says all
No.
Ford's at the top. Hey, F-150.
Oh my god! By a lot.
No. But look.
By a lot.
But look what's not on there. Look what's not on there.
Well, they don't recall Wranglers. They just let them break.
They let them catch on fire.
That is neither here nor there. It's not on the list.
You can't recall if it's not running.
That's not true. Scrap Heap is no longer running, and they still have a recall.
No, Grand Cherokee's on there.
Yeah, it's right
It's in the top 5. Once again, Jeep
Garbage.
Jeep.
No, we have no idea who this company is that wrote this article.
Garbage.
What is mental
Do,
flaws?
do, do, do.
Go. There was a Forbes article for 22.
There you go.
23. The 23 data might not be out yet.
Probably not.
I mean,
It's not going to load.
for 23,
is.
Jeep may take that,
Hey, look,
that cake.
it's Ford on
it's
the
another
top.
Ford
F-150.
That's a 250.
It
I
is a
think.
250 year.
I hate these ads, man.
Wait, there it is. Ford leads the pack, issuing the most recalls this year. 67 separate recalls have been issued by
Affecting
Ford.
8.7 million vehicles.
And 350,000 Broncos.
Jeez.
Oh my God, another ad.
They really want you to subscribe, Tim.
No.
Subscribe now.
Wait.
Subscribe now.
F-250, F-350 Super Duty pickups for fractured drive shafts and 350,000 Broncos for gas leaks and oil leaks.
In 1 year, 60. That's
Oh, oil leaks that could start fires. Sorry, didn't finish that.
they
Buy a Ford.
they issued more than one recall a week in 2022.
Yep.
Wild.
That
And
is
somehow
insane.
Jeep made the list of least reliable vehicles. I should pull that list up.
because now I wanna see-
I forget who else was on it. The
we know
Volkswagen Jetta.
Volkswagen Jetta was on there. The Chrysler, what was it? Town and Country or Pacifica?
I know the Dodge Ram was on it.
11 most unreliable vehicles. in
Yeah.
Volvo.
2023.
Keep going.
There's a chart in here somewhere.
Click the son of
Wait,
a
no,
bitch.
hold on.
That's not it. That's not the
Should've
same
sent it in the text
page.
chat. I saved the link for myself.
Go back again.
I don't know how to work this goddamn
No.
dag blank computer.
Go back to your Yahoo search.
I don't know why it does Yahoo too. Top speed.
Top speed.
This seems like a good one.
That's why we need to start a blog and write our own articles.
Oh,
like
the
this.
Lincoln. Shocker. Ford.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Hold on.
Keep going.
I don't know how to do this.
Scroll
Trevor.
down.
I'll find the one I sent to myself.
Oh, Lincoln, Buick.
Buick. Genesis. Wait,
it was also on KBB. Consumer Reports names. Let's look up Consumer Reports 10 least reliable vehicles for 2024.
23.
The article,
Or is it 24?
There you go. Consumer Report.
That's half your problem. You spelled vehicle and consumer wrong.
You can spell me wrong.
Keep scrolling. The KBB right there. Click that one. This one's got a chart. I know because this is what I looked at.
Is it color coded too?
No.
Dang it.
So
But there's the Pacifica.
Yeah, Chrysler. All right. So they scored them 1 out of 100. 100 being reliable, 1 being least reliable. Least reliable vehicle is a Chrysler product, the Pacifica Hybrid. But F-150 hybrids on there. The Grand Cherokee L, the Grand Cherokee, and the Wrangler are all in the top 10.
I'm very surprised by the Volvo.
They had a major motor issue.
Yeah. Because they're normally far away from these lists.
Yeah. But
yeah, the Jetta was not surprising. The Nissan Frontier we learned about was garbage.
Yeah. So 4 of the top 10 are Chrysler products.
Excellent.
Yeah. They're screwed. And then if you look at the least selling, the Charger, the Challenger, all the whole family of Rams are all in the top 10 worst selling vehicles.
Yep.
It's bad.
Well, real bright episode this
Silly
week, boys.
Frenchman.
Most common French phrase. I give up.
You're not wrong.
Yeah. I mean, it is definitely a weird time to be it's been a weird time to be a car enthusiast with the EV push. And I think the market got absolutely
It's got to get worse before it gets better.
Yeah, the manufacturing got completely flattened during COVID.
Yep.
And the worst of the automotive industry is yet to come because of that. And I think the next 3 to 5 years there's going to be nothing new. I think there's going to be a lot of...
For everyone curious, PJ is sick. He just texted.
alive.
He had his kidneys removed. Devin removed them. The angle grinder at work the other day. It's going to be a very interesting 3 to 5 years. If you're...
What a dick. Jesus. He's such a dick.
I was nice.
Oh, boy. The wheels on the podcast go falling off.
Yeah, I was going to say, just
falling off.
What were you talking
Jesus,
about?
take the wheels. Not those.
Not those. I need those.
Either way.
Well, the good news is we have at least one episode scheduled for after 24 Hours Run for the Hill. So if we die during the race, this will be the last episode.
That's sad. Because yes, this does come out before. Or this does come out after.
I mean, Tim and I are riding in a car together for 24 hours, so anything's possible. Yeah. You weren't here. I'm going to, again, this is future past. Tim has serious range anxiety. And when we were driving to Vegas and I brought us down to 10 miles to empty, and he was apparently freaking out about it, even though we were passing gas stations.
So I shouldn't tell you about the time where I wasn't paying attention to the gas gauge and got down to 3?
Oh yeah. Well,
I don't like that.
He's so concerned that we're going to run out of gas that he wants to schedule 5 stops into our 600 miles.
I said 3 to 4. Every time we get to have a tank,
one less than 5.
Yeah. So I told him, I said, just to annoy him when he falls asleep at 2 a.m, I'm going to purposely run us out of fuel on the trail.
Good thing Freddie will be right there with his jerry can.
Should be a good time.
Future past, we may be dead, but I don't know.
We have,
if we don't have,
are you going to swerve lanes as much as you do on the highway?
Oh, definitely.
You're going to make Tom vomit.
If we don't have an episode come out next week, the 13th, then something has happened. Send help.
Love you. Help. Thank you so much for your support over the short term. We're stuck.
All funeral donations.
We're stuck in the Monongahela National Forest somewhere. Come find us.
But on that
with
note,
Mothman.
And if we're wrong,
no, Mothman. So I learned about Mothman.
I bet you did.
Mothman is a good guy, letting you know bad things are coming. He doesn't hurt you.
Correct. It doesn't mean he's
so we don't want to see Mothman, is what you're saying.
You still don't want to see Mothman.
He still freaks the shit out of you.
He's a bad omen because it's something's coming, but it's not him.
Right. But aliens are okay.
When in
Fuck
reality,
aliens.
he's Mothman, so he's just attracted to your headlights.
You mean
No, that's a deer.
Also true.
interdimensional beings is what they're being considered now?
Yeah, you can't call them aliens anymore.
Because they're no longer supposed to be from other planets. They're from this planet, just from different dimensions.
Has woke society really gotten into fictional creatures?
According to Demi Lovato. Yeah.
Oh, did Demi Lovato say that?
You didn't see that? Oh yeah,
No.
someone said,
yeah.
"How do you feel about aliens in sci-fi?" And she went, "Ooh, no, we don't say that word,
Sci-fi?
aliens." And it was like, cool. So how do you feel about aliens in sci-fi?
Oh my god.
That was for me.
Jeep's gonna go out of business. We can't call them aliens anymore. Get the tin foil. Go to the bunker.
Call Tom DeLonge. He knows what's going on.
He knows what's going
Actually, I would love to have Tom DeLonge on the podcast. We could go completely off topic and do an entire series of episodes on aliens with Tom DeLonge. I am all for that.
My favorite Blink song is "Aliens Exist."
It is one of their better songs.
Yes.
Hey mom, there's something in the back room.
Hope it's not the creatures from above. They used to tell me stories as if my dreams were boring. We all know conspiracies are dumb.
Come on.
All night long, and there's something very wrong.
We may or may not all be from the same generation.
On that note, this has been Hey Babe.
And that's our outro.
Thanks for listening, guys. You know where to follow us.
This is Bob Does Sports signing off.
Take off your pants and jacket. And as Tim would say, Papa Zinni and see you later.
and see you later. I appreciate you guys listening.
DirtNerdsOffroad.com.
DirtNerdsOffroad.com. DirtNerds Motors. DirtNerds.
At least we ended on a cheery note.
Yeah, I know. That was a really sad episode.
That was the
Jeep's
greatest
going out
cover.
of business. You heard it here first.
That was the greatest cover of Aliens Exist
That was
ever.
pretty
That
damn
might
good.
be the only cover of Aliens exist ever.
We blessed you
Kind of
guys
an
with our
obscure
singing.
Blink song.
Future us, duck.
For that lawsuit.
If someone clips that, please send it to us and make some ridiculous video. That's it for the day. We'll see you next week if we're alive.